Hello, my dears. Today is Sunday, 9:04 in the a.m. Tonight, we're going to make this chicken. I'm going to put it in the crock pot for 6 hours. It is a 4.5-pound chicken. So we're going to season it and put it in the crock pot. I'm going to season it with rosemary, lemon pepper, butter, and lemon. And then I'm just going to pour a little bit of chicken stock. It says you don't need liquid. I looked it up on Pinterest on how long to put it in my crock pot for. But I'm going to use a little bit of chicken stock just to be safe. I don't want to blow out my crock pot. So I'm going to open this, stuff it, season it, and I'll be right back. I'm going to put it in the crock pot, this side down, so then I can season the other side. Instead of carrying the chicken all the way to the crock pot, I decided to take out the crock pot. And now that's in the crock pot, we're going to put it to high for 6 hours. As a side dish, I'm going to make mashed potato. Not mashed potato from the bag, real mashed potato. Okay guys, it's been 6 hours. The chicken is done. Now I'm going to broil it. I've never used this function before, but I'm gonna try it and see how good it works. So it says to put down the crisper lid, and then we're going to go to, actually I know, I gotta turn this off first. I always forget that. All right. Now we're gonna go to broil. And I don't even know what to do here because I usually just put it in my oven. Let's do time 5 minutes and then we'll see if I want to do longer. Let's see how that works. So while the chicken is broiling, I'm just gonna cut up our other side dish, which is just gonna be some zucchini and squash. And I'm just gonna saute it with some mushrooms and a little garlic pepper. So now I'm just gonna add the mushrooms. Let them saute down for a little bit. But it just went off that the broil is done. It's not quite as crispy as I want, so I think I'm going to do another 10 minutes. So that would be 20 total as of right now. Okay, the mushrooms are sauteed, so I'm gonna just put them to the side. And then cook up the zucchini and squash. And then I'll I'll just add the mushrooms when this is more tender and cooked up. So the chicken just got done broiling. I think that's good. That's the color I was going for. The lemons are charred a little bit, which is good. And now let's let it rest for a minute. And then I'll take it out and let's see how this bird looks. The zucchini is warmed up or warmed through. So now I'm gonna add the mushrooms back in. Then I'm gonna add some garlic pepper. I poured some of the juice from the chicken in this pot. We're going to do some chicken OXO cubes. Okay, so that's boiling up. I'm going to put the OXO cube in. Now I'm gonna wash my hands and stir. So my husband separated it. The meat we're gonna have, or the chicken we're gonna have tonight, the bones, and then a little bit of shredded, or there's a lot of chicken, so we're probably gonna see what we can make maybe tomorrow with it. Then our side dishes, mashed potato, the mushroom, zucchini, and squash with some garlic pepper, and our gravy, ready to get served up. Let's see what it looks like served up. And that's it, all served up. Mashed potato, zucchini, squash, mushroom, and the delicious chicken. My plate, my husband's plate. I hope you had a happy Sunday fun day. 1, 2, 3. Who got the biggest part? You did. My husband's. Mine. Make a wish. Hi, my dears. So welcome back to our second meal of the week. I used to get Home Chef, and I never canceled my subscription. I just went on there every Monday when it updated and just canceled my order for that week. And then I switched to HelloFresh and started getting HelloFresh because that's my sister was, and she had a good coupon code. So I was getting HelloFresh. So I didn't delete that account either. I just go on there every week and cancel my order. But I forgot to do Home Chef. I forgot to cancel it. So I got a Home Chef box. 3 meals for 2 people. I love Home Chef, I really do. It's just, it gets very pricey. And I didn't know you could actually freeze some of the items, to be honest with you. I know obviously you can freeze the meat, but some of this stuff lasts longer than I thought it did. I thought you had to use it within that day to 3 days when they shipped it to you, if that makes sense. But I actually Googled it, and it said that they can just check the packaging that's in there. So anywho, long story short, it is, I have 3 of them, but we picked this one for today. Sea-seared scallops with French onion risotto. It looks delicious. And very easy. And then if you could screenshot that if you want, if you're wanting to cook it. So I'm gonna just get everything out of this bag and I'm gonna show you what it's like. I already have my pot for the risotto and then the scallops in ready, just to go. Cleaned and there, and then my utensils to the side here. I'm just gonna empty everything out of this bag and show you real quick what's in there and what we're working with today. It all comes pre-labeled, pre-portioned. I'm sure most of you know what a meal delivery service is. Okay, so in my box, we should have caramelized onion jam. Caramelized onion jam. Sorry, this is crackly, so I don't want to talk over it. And we do caramelized onion jam. Look how cute, see? Okay, we have that. Next up, green onion. Got that. Next up, peas. Next up is chicken demi-glaze concentrate. We have 2 packages of those. Red pepper flakes. Cream sauce base. The rice. See, all pre-portioned. So cool. This is actually a 1/2 cup of rice, it says. And then we have some Asiago cheese crisps. And see, like I was saying, it says on the back here, if you can see it, the expiration date. So I don't really need to use them, just as long as the meat's frozen. This has expires September 1st, 2022. So, with the rice, 4 ounces of this. October 15th is the cream sauce. So, anyway, and then 2 packages of butter, and that was all that was in my bag. All right, so the first part says we need to start the risotto. So we need to trim and thinly slice the green onions on an angle, keeping the white and green portions separate. So that's what I'm gonna start doing. And they say everything's been washed already for you, so I'm not gonna rewash them. It's gonna get cooked. If you prefer, absolutely go ahead and wash them if you want to. So I'm just gonna cut off the stems. Now we're going to place a medium pot over medium heat and add 1 teaspoon of olive oil. So we're going to cook the rice in this pot, teaspoon. Of olive oil. Okay, now it says to add the white portions of the scallions to the pot. And we're just gonna let them cook through for 30 seconds to a minute. It's been a minute, so now I'm just gonna add the rice. And then it says stir. It says add rice and stir occasionally until toasted, 1 to 2 minutes. So just gonna let that cook for 2 minutes. Okay, stir again. It's been a minute, so just gonna stir again. I have to tell you something too. I have never, ever cooked scallops before. I like them. I've eaten them at restaurants, but I've never cooked them. They're kind of intimidating. I don't know why. This says I'm only going to cook it for 1 to 2 minutes per side. I don't know why I thought it was so hard. Anywho, we still got a minute left on the rice. Okay, it's been 2 minutes. Now, we are going to stir in 1 cup of water. I have my 1 cup of water. Now it says, bring to a simmer. Once simmering, cook undisturbed for 4 minutes. Okay. It is simmered. Now we're just going to keep it cooking undisturbed for 4 minutes. While that's still cooking, I'm going to show you the other meals we got. This steak Romano and garlic herb pan sauce with tomato and Parmesan orzo. And then we got a shrimp marsala pasta with garlic and mushroom. And it's super convenient. All the instructions, like even pictures. And then I just put them all in here. HelloFresh. One's HelloFresh. HelloFresh. And then these are the Home Chef ones that we've made. It's quite convenient, but it gets expensive. Back to the rice. We still have a minute left. Okay, we're coming up on the 4 minutes. The next step, it says stir in another cup of water, return to a simmer. Once simmering, cook until liquid is almost all absorbed. That will take 13 to 15 minutes. So, and here is my other cup of water. Let's stir it in. And then bring that to a simmer. Okay, we have brought it to a simmer. It is simmering. Now we're just gonna leave it for 15 minutes. It has cooked, the water is gone. So now it says add cream sauce base. So we're adding the cream. I opened everything just to save time. So here's the cream sauce base. This was in a tricky little baggie, so I have to put it in this cup so everything would be ready for me when I needed to start recording again. The peas, salt, and a pinch of pepper. Sure, I measured that out. Bring to a simmer. So let that cream sauce cook up. It says, once simmering, stir occasionally until it's beginning to thicken, 2 to 3 minutes. I was just talking to you guys and I was not recording. Basically, I stirred in half the butter, because remember it gave us 2 of these packets. I stirred it in, and now it says to cover and set aside. Okay, so I popped the lid on it. And now we're moving on to the scallops. It just said take them out the container and pat them dry. So now it says to place a large non-stick pan over medium-high heat and add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Add scallops to hot pan and cook until lightly browned. And scallops reach a minimal internal temperature of 145. That should take 1 to 2 minutes. So to be safe, we're gonna do 2.5 minutes. So just let that heat up for a little longer. Let's place the scallops in the pan. Okay, they're all in the pan. I'm just gonna cook them for 2.5 minutes on this side and then flip them. Okay, it's been 2.5 minutes. Now I'm gonna flip them. Okay, now I'm gonna cook them 2.5 minutes on that side. It has been 2.5 minutes on that side. Now, it says to remove from burner and transfer scallops to a plate and then wipe down the pan. So we're gonna use it to make the sauce. Okay, so I'm just gonna put these on a plate and I wiped down the pan. Now it says return pan used to cook the scallops to medium-high heat. Add 2 tablespoons of water. I just put it in this measuring cup. 2 tablespoons of water. The chicken demi-glaze. The caramelized onion jam. And bring to a simmer. We're just gonna stir it in. Okay. So that has come to a simmer. Remove from burner, stir in butter. So we're gonna turn up the heat and add the butter. Okay guys, I'll come back with the final product. It's all done. Let's see how it comes together. And there it is, all served up. I added red pepper flakes on top. You don't have to, it says optional, but we like red pepper flakes. And the Asiago cheese crisps on top. And then the scallion, that's ours. And then there's the picture. Looks delicious. Tonight's dinner is a super simple sheet pan meal. I'm gonna cut up all this stuff. I'll talk you through it in a minute and put it on the sheet pan, throw it in the oven and cook it. First of all, I have preheated my oven to 425. Got this recipe from Pinterest. They have all different kinds of things that you can put on this sheet pan. Our protein that we chose was sweet Italian chicken sausage. We are using a potato, a leftover potato from my mashed potato on Sunday's dinner, and I didn't use this. An onion. I'm gonna cut and use half of each of these bell peppers. One of them's, or half is going on the sheet pan, half is going for another fajita meal. So I'll save those. We're gonna put mushroom, and I think that's it. And then salt and pepper. Then when it's all cooked, I'm gonna put it in one of these mixing bowls and stir Kung Pao sauce all over it. But first of all, I'm gonna cut up it says to cut up the potato, put the potato on the sheet pan, cook it for 20 minutes. with the sausage. So I'm gonna cut these two up, put it on the sheet pan, cook for 20 minutes. Then we add the bell peppers, the onion, and the mushroom, cook it for another 10 minutes. My oven has just beeped at me, telling me it's ready. You have to, once everything's cut up, you have to rub olive oil on it and then put it on the sheet pan. And then I'm just gonna sprinkle salt and pepper onto it, cook it, bring it out, put the Kung Pao sauce. And there you have it, all chopped up. Now I'm going to cook the potato and the sausage 20 minutes. So I decided just to cook the potatoes for 10 minutes without the sausage, because the sausage is fully cooked. So I don't think it really needs to cook for 40 minutes. So I did the potatoes for 10 minutes. Now I'm gonna add the sausage and then put that in the oven and cook that up for 10 more minutes. Sausage has been cooked. Now I'm going to add the veggies and cook for 15 more minutes. And there it is, all done. I'll show you what it looks like served up. And there it is. That Kung Pao sauce, delicious. It's got a little kick to it too. For tonight's dinner, we're just gonna make the Mississippi pot roast. I'm gonna throw it in the crock pot for 8 hours. All you do is put it in the crock pot, sprinkle that, add as many banana peppers as you like, and then it says to add a stick of butter. I'm just gonna use up the rest of this tub of country crock that I have. And there it is in the crock pot with the au jus gravy, the ranch packet, a quarter of the can of banana peppers. I used a little bit of the juice as well, and then the rest of the butter that I had. And now we're just gonna cook it on low for 8 hours and let that smell go through my house. Guys, this smells so delicious. We only have half an hour left on the roast. So I am bringing some water to a boil. Oh, oh yeah, it is on. To a boil, and I'm just gonna cut up the cabbage and the carrots. And as you can tell, even though we didn't add any liquid, it's still juicy. It is done. I'm gonna take it out, or just the meat out, and smash it with my little meat smasher thing. And now I just added it back to the juice, and I'm just gonna let it stay warm until the cabbage and the carrots are done. And there it is, all served up with extra gravy. Yummy. And that concludes this week's What's for Dinner. Please like, share, turn your bell notifications on, and subscribe. And I'll see you next Sunday on What's for Dinner. I was going to make sliders with the leftover meat, but there wasn't enough. So we ended up just mixing it all together for lunch the next day.